Thank you for joining this practice today. Today we're going to be doing a really nice grounding Hatha practice just to allow ourselves to come out of our head and into our feet and into the ground. So let's start by finding a comfortable cross-legged position, bringing the palms down as a gesture of grounding. Begin to close down your eyes and turning your gaze inwards for this sadhana, this practice today. Take a nice big deep breath in and exhale all the way out. And then return to the inhale. Feel the inhale moving in through the nose. And as you exhale, feel the legs and the sit bones completely surrendering to the earth. Feel your pelvis is heavy and supported by the ground. And allow yourself to weigh into the ground. Allow yourself to be supported by the ground today. Come out of the stories and the situations and the experiences going on from your external self and move into the internal self and move right down towards the earth. Feel the prana moving in and feel the prana taking you down today. This beautiful saying, calm down. So we literally want to come down into the earth and feel our support of the ground. So allow the breath to flow in and to melt any tension down to the ground. Bring the palms together in front of your heart and just taking a moment of intention to allow yourself to ground down today. A moment of devotion to offer up your practice. And then come around into your child's pose. So just flipping the feet around, sitting your hips back, and then spreading your hands forward in front of you, dropping your head down. But really have the intention of having the hands spread and connecting to the earth. Feel your palms connecting to the earth. And feel the strength along the arms as you lengthen through lengthen through the arms, through the sit bones, and all the way down through the sit bones. Then just begin to walk your hands over to the left side. Bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Then just gently move your right sit bone to the side, but then feel the right sit bone really grounding down through towards the earth. Breathing in and exhaling the right side body down towards the ground. Then go ahead and walk over to the other side. Bring the right hand over to the right diagonal. Bring the left hand on top. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lengthen this left sit bone down towards the earth. Breathing in, stretching through that left side body. Just allowing the hands and the sit bones to connect to the ground. Go ahead and come all the way forward into a tabletop position. Hands in line to shoulders, knees in line with hips. On your inhale, come forward into your cow pose. Bend the elbows slightly, pull the chest forward. And then on your exhale, curl in towards yourself. Press the ground away, rounding the heart in. Inhale forward, draw the belly button to the sky. Bring the gaze to the sky. Exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest. Press the ground away with the hands on the knees. Inhale is forward, broadening across collarbones. Exhaling back, chin in towards the chest, navel to spine. Find a neutral spine, elongate the head, lengthen the tailbone back. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, but keep your legs a little bit bent today as you press the hands firmly into the earth and lengthen through the spine so you can really get this opening through the chest, through the spine, sit bones lifting up. Feel the breath here as you really root down from the hands, feeling the hands supporting you. And then begin to stretch the legs. Maybe the legs don't stretch all the way today, that's okay, just go as far as you can. And just meet your breath. Let the jaw be soft, let the mind be soft as you just come into the experience of your body here. Breath flows in. And breath flows out. Breath flows in. And breath flows out. Bend the legs, look forward, and just find yourself coming to the front of the mat. Feet in line with the hips today, lengthen through the spine, find a halfway lift, and then exhale, just fold down towards the self, bending the legs if you need to, or if the body feels a little bit more awake, then allow the legs to stretch. But you want to have your hands connected to the ground here, so that means you need to bend your legs, then please take that option. Feel the head is heavy to the earth, and just let any tension that is stored in the skull, just melt it out towards the ground with every exhale. Feel the length through the spine on your inhale, and feel that elongation as you exhale, feeling the hands and the feet connecting to the ground, feeling how they're supporting you, and allow them to support you. Continue to pay attention to the breath. And then on your inhale, bend your legs, shift your weight into your heels, bring your elbows onto your knees and press your palms together. Lengthen the skull forward, send the tailbone backwards. Broaden across the collarbones, and now breathe into your sacrum. Feel the breath in the sacrum. Feel yourself creating space in the back. Shift your weight into those heels and just feel the breath pressing down through the legs, allowing the legs to get stronger so that the legs can carry you. Mindfully paying attention to your experience. Keep shifting the weight back, but sending the breastbone forward here. Then go ahead and extend the fingertips forward by your ears, so you've got a flat back. Then lift the body up about 45 degrees, so you're in your chair pose, keeping the knees in line with your second toe or big toe. Lift the hip bones up, and then feel as if there was an anchor coming out of your tailbone and grounding to the back of your mat. Feel that grounding sensation through the tailbone, but then extend the breastbone forward, reaching through the fingertips. Experience. Breathe. Keep the prana flowing in. And then stand all the way up tall, bring the hands towards the center, bring the hands to the heart, and then bring them down to the sides of the body as you arrive into your Tadasana. Allow the eyes to close so that you can move your gaze inwards, and then right as we did, as the same as we did at the beginning, bring your awareness all the way down towards your feet and feel the feet spreading on the earth. Feel as if there was roots coming out of your big toe, pressing down towards the core of the earth, roots coming out of your little toe, pressing down towards the earth, roots coming out of the inner and the outer heel, pressing down, and then an anchor coming all the way out of the heel bone that moves down, 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 and you shift your weight over that heel bone. Feel the feet pressing you down into this moment here and now. Hatha Yoga Anushasana. Yoga starts now. Feel the thighs lifting up. Feel the lower belly lifting up. Feel the tailbone anchoring down towards the heels and down towards the earth. Feel a lightness that travels up through the spine, through the back of the neck, through the roof of the mouth, and all the way up through the crown of the head. Feel the jaw and the heart is soft. As you stand tall in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Feeling that connection deep down to the core of the earth as the head is reaching up towards the heavens. The peak of your body, the peak of the head is reaching up, up, up. So there's this beautiful lightness and groundedness. On your next inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Grab the left fingertips and then just take a side bend from here. Try not to lose that connection to the earth as you just bend over to the right side, grabbing the left wrist and pressing the biceps together. Then inhale, come up, swing to the other side. Make sure the ribs are going forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, bend the legs as you forward fold down towards your toes, Uttanasana. Inhale as your halfway lift, hands on the shins. Place the hands down and step your left leg all to the back. Drop your left knee down, square off your hips. Bring your hands up together into Anjalayasana. You want to have the sensation of this anchoring coming down through the tailbone. So feel your tailbone anchoring down here. Feel the belly button lifting up, then bring the hands in line with the shoulders. Maybe gaze up, maybe gaze forward. But really concentrate on the anchoring of the tailbone, grounding you down today. Bring the hands down around your front foot. Step into your high plank. From your high plank, lower down through your knees, your chin, and your chest, or chaturanga. Inhale into your bhujangasana, your cobra pose, pressing up and back and arriving into downward facing dog, where again you just really connect the hands into the earth. Feel how the hands are supporting you here. So the hands have become your feet in this situation. So press the palms into the earth. Press the arms away from each other. Broaden across the collarbones. Lift the sit bones high. Meet your breath here. Bend the legs, look forward, find yourself at the front of the mat, lengthen through the spine, draw navel in. And then exhale, bow all the way down in towards the self, bend or stretch the legs. Press the heel bones down as you rise tall, all the way up, bring palms together, look up towards the middle fingers. And then exhale, dive straight back down towards your forward fold. Inhales, halfway left, fingertips on the shins, place the hands down, step the right leg to the back, drop the right knee down, square off the pelvis. And then have that anchoring sensation going through the tailbone drops down. Navel lifts in towards the spine. And because the pelvis is strong here, allow that upper body to feel a little bit of lightness. Feel that anchoring. From that anchoring, feel lightness. Meet the breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame front foot, step into your high plank, looking to the front of the mat, shift weight forward, lower down is your exhale. Inhale is your cobra or your up dog. Exhale back is your downward dog. Meet the breath. Pull the gaze in towards the self, feel the body. Now start to sink the heels down. Feel the inner heels sinking down towards the mat. And then feel the inner thighs lifting up and pressing back. Bend the legs, look forward, find yourself at the front of the mat for a halfway lift. Shoulders move away from the ears. Exhale, fold, draw the navel in. Rise tall, stand tall, press the feet down, look up to your fingertips. Then bow all the way back down, shifting your weight into your toes as you drop the head. Inhale as your halfway lift, lengthening crown of the head away from tailbone. Place the hands down, step the left knee down to the earth. Draw the hands up into your Anjalayasana. Feel the tailbone anchoring down, feel the navel rising tall. Hands around front foot, come into high plank, then take your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Maybe you take an up dog or maybe you take a cobra pose today. Then lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog, where you arrive and you pull your focus in and you meet your breath. The breath flows in. The breath flows out. Find yourself at the front of the mat for a halfway lift. Bend forward, forward fold. Rise tall. Look up to the prayer. Exhale, forward fold, straight down towards your toes. Bend or stretch the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw navel in. Place the hands down, step the right leg back, drop the right knee down. Inhale, bring the hands all the way up over Anjalayasana, but feel that grounding through the tailbone. Place hands down, firming the palms into the earth. Shift the weight forward for your chaturanga. Inhale is into your up dog or your cobra. Power up the thighs if you're an up dog. Exhale back into your downward facing dog, where you meet the breath. Breath flows into the body. Breath flows out. Inhale, tops of toes, bend the legs, look forward, find yourself at the front of the mat, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold all the way down in towards the self. Inhale, rise tall, up through a flat back, look up to your prayer. Exhale, straight back down towards your toes again, making sure the thighs are strong. Halfway lift, lengthen, and then step back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into a high plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale is your up dog or your cobra, and then press the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Arrive, press the palms down. Feel the breath moving in and moving out. Just moving the mind into the sensation and out of the thoughts, out of any distractions. Open up your left foot 45 degrees and then bring the right foot all the way to the front of the mat to open up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Make sure your front knee is stacked in line with your front heel, that your front heel is in line with your back arch. and that your back little toe is pressing into the ground. Extend the fingertips, find a point of focus in front of you at the end of your nose, and now really feel the feet spreading into the ground. Feel everything coming out of the mind and down into the earth. Feel the legs carrying you. Feel the front big toe pressing down, and the back blade edge of the back foot pressing down. On your inhale, find a little bit of lightness that travels up through the spine. Continue to meet the breath. Breath moves in and out. And the more that you want to move away from this as we hold it a little bit longer, find the calming down into the legs. Come out of the mind chatter, and come right down into the earth, and let the earth support you as you hold this posture, as you hold this asana. And remember, this word asana means seat, it means to be held. So be held by the earth as you breathe. Stretch your front leg, place the back hand down towards the back leg, come into reverse trikonasana, look up towards your middle finger, stretching from the front big toe towards the middle finger. Then windmill all the way forward, coming into a high plank. Hold the high plank, drawing the navel in, lengthen crown of the head to the heels. Find the breath. Shift that weight forward. And lower slowly, 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 keeping the collarbones broadened all the way down onto the belly. Untuck your toes, bring your hands down towards the thighs beside you, press the palms into the ground, and bring the heels to touch. As you press the palms into the ground, lift the chest off, but just look down through the cheekbones and feel the palate of the mouth reaching forward. If this feels okay, then begin to lift the inner thighs up and off, and then if that feels okay, then begin to lift the hands off, as if you were flying. Feel the inner thighs soaring back. Feel the breastbone lifting higher. On your exhale, lower all the way down. Then press up and back into your downward facing dog. Breathe into your downward dog and breathe out. Come forward into the other side. Open up the right foot. Bring the left foot forward. Left front foot is in line with the back right foot arch. Front knees stacked over the second toe at a 90-degree angle. The blade edge of the back foot is pressing into the ground. Feel the breath moving in, and soften the breath through the fingertips. Inhale, come out of your mind, and come right down into your feet. Maybe you want to close your eyes if you get distracted easily by the surroundings. And just really feel the feet moving down. So you just keep coming out of the mind and spreading the feet further down towards the earth. The longer you hold it, the more you want to run away from it, and just ask yourself, can I just endure a little bit longer today? Can I just experience just a little bit longer? Then come out of it by stretching the front leg, coming into reverse trikonasana, look up towards your middle finger. And then exhale, windmilling through into your high plank. Find that high plank. Find the stillness in the high plank. Find the strength in the high plank. Shift the weight forward, lower down with control, all the way down onto the belly. We're going to find our locust pose again, so untuck the toes, bring the hands down. You can either place the hands onto the ground. Maybe you bring the hands off by the sides of the body. Maybe you bring the feet off so that everything's lifting off. Extend the breastbone, the roof, and the crown of the head forward, gently looking down as you lift up. Lower all the way down, press the hands underneath your body, lift up and back into downward facing dog, where you arrive into downward facing dog, breathing in and breathing out. Find yourself at the front of the mat for a halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into an Utkatasana, your chair pose. Shift your weight into your heels so that the shins are active, squeezing the knees together. And then stand up onto the left leg, catching the right shin at your chest. Then we're going to find Vrikshasana, or tree pose. So bring the foot above the knee, below the knee, or maybe just resting it on the ground. Bring the palms together at the heart. Find your point of focus, find your breath. Stand tall on that supporting leg, pressing the four corners of that foot down. Then lift up through the crown of the head. Lift. Find the breath. Bring the left hand onto the hip. Find your peace fingers, grabbing that big toe, pulling the shin up towards the right armpit. Maybe you want to stay here, just pulling the shin up, or if it's available, begin to extend that leg away from the left side body. It doesn't matter if the leg is bent or stretched, just go to where your body is able to today and find the breath, find the meditation. Continue to ground through that supporting leg. Bring the leg all the way over the thigh, sit back down into your chair pose. So you're in a figure 4 chair pose. Flex through both of your feet, Pada Bandha in both of your feet. Find that long tailbone that we found at the beginning of the practice. Bring the hands to the prayer. Maybe resting the elbows on the knee and on the foot. Begin to bring the hands down towards the ground, forward folding over. Maybe your hands want to go on blocks or anything else that you have, or they come to rest on the earth. And then let the head be heavy. Pulling the heart in towards the self. Melting any tension in the head. Now you can either stay here or you can start to work down towards your toe squat. So either staying in that fold or just come onto the demi point of the supporting leg, bring the hands next to the hips. Start to find your balance. Find that focus with the breath and with the eyes. Maybe one hand comes off towards the chest, maybe both hands come off, or maybe both hands are just resting on the ground. It's okay if you wobble, we all wobble here. But just come out of the mind and just keep feeling your experience here. Okay, let's gently begin to come out of this posture by walking the hands forward, placing both feet down and just giving yourself a little wiggle, a little shake. Just shake it all out. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, just fold in towards the self. Let's do the other side. Find your chair pose. Sit into your chair pose and stand tall onto that right leg. We're going to find our vrikshasana, our tree pose on the other side. So bring the foot above the knee or below the knee, or you're just going to tap it down like this if you're feeling super wobbly today. And it's okay if you're wobbly, every day is different. Bring the palms together at your heart. Find your focus. Find that strength and that support as you ground down through that right leg. And as you find that grounding, find that lightness that travels up through the crown of the head. And just meet the breath here. Just meet the inhale, meet the exhale, meet the inhale, meet the exhale, and continue to feel this internal growth through the spine as the leg is grounding down and supporting you. Bring the hand onto the hip and then take the left hand to grab the left big toes, either just pulling the knee up towards the armpit or extending the foot all the way away. Take the option that works for you today. Every day is different. Then just begin to cross the heel over the thigh, sitting down into your one-legged squat. Make sure you flex through both of the feet. Bring the palms together to touch at prayer at the heart. Maybe press the elbows down onto the legs and then lengthen through the spine and find your breath. Find your balance. Broaden across the collarbones. Breathe. Then drop the hands down towards the ground or maybe to blocks or to books. Let that head be heavy as you stretch that underneath leg. Just folding in towards the self and just melting any thoughts through the mind. Either choose to stay here or just begin to prepare for your toe squat, that very challenging but fun balance. Come onto the demi point of the underneath foot, walk the hands back towards the hips, and then really find that point of focus in front of you. Find the breath. Come out of the mind, come into the breath. Maybe one hand comes up to the heart, maybe both hands come up and you catch the balance. And then gently come out of it, forward fold, give yourself a shake, halfway lift, and then just make your way into downward facing dog. Take a nice big deep breath in and a beautiful clearing breath out. then we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, so just gently find your way onto your bum, extend your legs forward, flex through the feet. Your peace fingers are going to grab your big toes. You're going to find a flat back, broaden across your collarbones, and then fold down towards yourself, pulling the elbows out towards the sides. If the hamstrings are a little bit tender today, then just keep the legs bent and keep forward folding in towards the self. Find the breath. And find that connection of the legs just grounding down towards the earth. Just remembering this intention for this practice to move into the earth, to move out of the mind and into the moment, into the breath. So just allow yourself to surrender and to let go into the ground. Pull your right shin in towards yourself, and you're going to come into your cradle baby. So place the right sole of the foot in towards the left face of the elbow. Now you're either going to stay here cradling the baby, or you're going to go into your compass pose. Take the option that works for you. Find your tall spine width, whichever option that you have chosen. Lifting up through the spine, feeling the breath. Then we're going to come into Janu Shishasana. So place the sole of the foot towards the inside thigh, like a sitting tree pose or half Padmasana. Inhale is up, and then exhale, forward fold over your toes, bringing the head down towards the shin. Flex through the front foot, breathe in, and exhale, just allow yourself to melt down in towards the earth. And then we're going to come into the other side, so lift up, bring the other knee in, lift up through the spine. Either finding your cradling baby or going straight into your compass pose, but again, not rounding into that lower back and really lifting out of the lower back with whichever option that you have chosen. Committing to the breath, committing to the stillness as you find your fullest extension in your posture. Flexing through both of your feet. And then we're going to go into that Janu Shishasana or perhaps half Padmasana. Inhaling up through the spine and exhaling, just forward folding over and down towards that front leg. Take a nice big deep breath in and exhale, just folding down towards the earth and allowing the earth to support you. Lift out of your Janu Shishasana. Bring the legs forward, maybe give them a little bit of a shake. And then come into your cross-legged posture. Just allow yourself to come into stillness. Bring the palms together at your heart. Just take a nice big deep breath in. And a beautiful cleansing breath out. With the eyes closed, just take a moment of gratitude for your body. Take a moment of gratitude for the earth that supports you. And really feel yourself being supported. So notice any tension in the body and allow it to rest, allow it to open, allow it to be released. As you come out of your mind and into the support that's all around you. Allow the breath to be steady. As you witness this truth today, that the ground is always there to support you and catch you. However many times we fall, it continues to lift us back up. Find gratitude for your body, gratitude for the earth, gratitude for your devotion. And then bow down in towards yourself to seal in this practice, to seal in these teachings. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We bow to our peace, peace to ourselves, to our friends, and to all those around us.